Good afternoon, everybody. Let me introduce something from guidance and counseling. I want to discuss the topic importance of giving counseling for parents of children in the case of educational counseling. Is it important? What do you feel? I think most of you might have given the answer yes. Giving counseling for parents is something important. Actually, most of the problems faced by the students are because of some behavioral patterns of the parents. If your students show some psychological disorder, if your students show some irregularities, if your students show some behavioral problems, you cannot solve such problems sometimes by giving counseling only to the children, because sometimes the real reason would be parents. For example, if some of your students show some attacking tendency in your classroom, or beating some other students, like that, if you counsel the students, sometimes the problem cannot be solved. It may be because the students see their fathers beating their mothers. Then you may have to give counseling to the father. If your students come late to your class each day, sometimes you may not be able to solve the problem by giving counseling to your students. It may be because of his father. His father may be an officer, and then he may be going to office late every day, and sometimes his mother may be telling his or her husband about this. Then the father may be replying, "You mind your business." So, if such a sort of conversation between the father and mother at home, students may naturally become late. So, you have to counsel the parents, or you have to offer counseling to the parents. Sometimes the students may become inattentive in your classroom. Sometimes your students may become sleepy in your classroom. And even if you are giving counseling to your students, they may not be able to remove such a sort of behavioral pattern, because in his or her home, everyone may be sleeping late. So, giving counseling to parents is important. And similarly, some of the parents may not be aware of different things they have to do for their children to improve they study. Then if you give some lectures during the PTA meetings, they may not be able to change their behavior because the problem may be in their unconscious mind. Sometimes the father mightn't have got any sort of support from his parents when he was a school child, and this might be there in his unconscious mind. So even if you are giving some lectures, some advices, he may not be ready to provide any sort of financial support or any sort of mental support or any sort of some other support to his child. So sometimes you may have to give counseling to such fathers. So giving counseling to parents is important because, as I told earlier, if you want to make your students better students, you need the support of the parents. Without the support of the parents, you cannot do anything because it's a teamwork. It's a teamwork by combining the efforts of the headmaster, the teachers, the parents, the community. So you have to give counseling to parents. Thank you very much.